everybody, and thank you for joining us back here at Ventripoint's channel. We're sitting here once again with Chief Executive Officer Dr. George Adams, and we have some questions you guys have submitted, so we wanted to answer them to the best of our ability as a publicly traded company today. George, how are you? Are you ready to dive in?
I'm fine. Fine. Yeah, sure. Always happy to answer questions. Yeah.
Perfect. So this first set of questions come from Drew, right? So starting off, he's curious, like what is the thought behind you guys stating leads as we have in some of these previous videos, and like what is the company doing to accelerate direct sales?
Well, I mean, it's part of the process, right? I mean, everybody in sales says there's a funnel, right? So you put a bunch of leads in the funnel, and then they become qualified leads, and then you actually do demos, and then you give them a quote, and then you get a purchase order, and then you deliver the product. So it's and it's a funnel because people fall off. Everybody falls off. So you got to put enough at the top to get enough at the bottom to hit your targets. So so it's just a metric to say to people, we are now have the last 2 on-site conferences have been very effective for us, and we have now somewhere in the order of 100 qualified leads, and we beefed up the team, so we have more salespeople, we have distributors, we have more application specialists, and they're all busy doing demos and follow-ups and pushing people down that funnel closer towards sale. So that's the process, and I'm very impressed with how busy everybody is getting back to everybody, and how I mean, normally a number of these people, they come to the booth and conference, they read about it, they go back, and then when you call them up, they don't answer the phone or they don't respond to the email. That's not being the case with these. Everybody wants a demo yesterday. so the team is really busy just following up with all these leads, which is great for our direct sales, and as well as our distributors. So that's what we've done. We've targeted good conferences and gotten qualified leads, and that's how we're going to drive sales.
Yeah, George, as you had said, just to reiterate, you're basically saying it's a good touch point, let you guys know that there's qualified leads coming in out here at these conferences, got salespeople working at it. So everything's going as well as it can be right now. So George, moving on to the next part of his question, he was asking what is the status of NICE, and is the company on track for the approval of 4.0?
Well, so people, a little background. I mean, NICE is a part of the national health system in the UK, and they look at new technologies and they evaluate them for their effectiveness and their how they would affect the economics of healthcare delivery in the whole of the UK. So getting the NICE people to look at our technology and say, yes, this works, we agree, and getting them to do that economic analysis and publish that is a huge event in the UK world, because basically if they come out and verify that this would be a way to treat people better and save money, then the whole of the UK system will adopt it. So they're in their process. Our understanding is that it'll get done. It's a government agency, so it gets done when it gets done. I'm always amazed in the UK that everybody has 6 weeks holidays or annual leave, as they call it, 6 weeks annual leave. So not much gets done in July and August in the UK. So I anticipate that early in the fall, they'll have that report published on their website, and we will quickly be able to use that, recite that, and drive adoption in the UK. And certainly our distributor feels that will absolutely be a tipping point for adoption in the UK. Perfect. And 4.0, we are working away on 4.0. It was supposed to be done third quarter. We pushed it back end of the year just because we're focusing on sales and marketing and supporting the GE effort, and so we pushed it out to end of the year. 4.0 is really a less expensive device to make for us, so it's going to have the cost of making the device, and it has some the 4D features on it, which we're still validating with our KOLs in beta sites to show exactly the usefulness of 4D analysis, motion analysis on the heart. So we have a bit of work left there to do. So end of the year.
Yeah, fair enough. And this last question here from Drew is a question everyone is very excited about, asking about GE again. So he's curious. Basically, it would help him clarify whether there's like anything else that Ventripoint has to do to accomplish anything in this partnership before things can move forward. George, what can we actually say here?
Well, again, I'm muzzled by our partner. We are part of the Edison program. GE has announced they're going to release a version under the Edison platform in the future. And that's all I know. We have responded to all GE's requests in a timely fashion, and we're totally happy with, they're happy with what we've done and what the features that we've embedded. So we just all we can do is sit and wait for them to decide that it's time for them to launch this product. I mean, Philips launched their new product back in April. It was not much of nothing really new there, nothing material. So I think, GE wants to make sure they bring out something that is, really accelerates, it really helps the healthcare situation and does a better job. So I think waiting for it is what they want to bring out, something that's really good, and they're number one in the market, in the place, not the gorilla in the space, and they want to bring out something that's going to maintain that premium brand that they have.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Again, yeah, it's not something that Ventripoint has a lot of say in right now. It's in the hands of GE. That's pretty much all we can say. And this next question is kind of in the same vein as we move on to Matthew's questions. But he's assuming that GE does not launch before end of year. What is the forecast for sales before end of year? And is the company still confident in reaching the 100 devices that was originally forecasted at the beginning of the year?
Well, we've been saying 75 to 80, not 100. And I think given the fact that the first half is that COVID has continued to slow down any kind of a capital purchase process all over the world, hitting that target of 75 to 80 by the users by the end of the year will be a challenge for sure. But being said, we have all these qualified leads, and there's a renewed enthusiasm in the marketplace for the device, and awareness is growing. We have 3 or 4 more conferences that we intend to go to between now and the end of the year, so we'll get more and more leads, fill up the funnel. Weather and we certainly are, the normal, sell cycle for a capital purchase equipment for a hospital of a significant cost device is 9 to 12 months. So if things are going to behave normally, I think we will have a hard time converting those 100 leads we have now into 75 sales by the end of the year. But we do have a leasing model where you can just acquire it now and pay us on a per use basis. We are promoting that model in the US where it makes sense, where there's already a reimbursement code where people get paid anywhere from $100 to $340 to do this 2-minute analytical procedure. So we could significantly shorten that sales cycle if we can get people excited about the leasing model, and people are. So there is a way we can get to that target, and we are continuing to drive hard towards that target. If we don't get it, then those sales will be pushed into the next calendar year. But it's not a matter of if we'll get the sales; it'll be just a matter of when.
Yeah, very well said, George. Well, listen, that's all the questions we have today. Thank you, everybody, for submitting them. Hopefully, you're happy with the answers. Don't be afraid to submit more. We'll have more news coming soon, of course. Stay tuned. Let us know what you think. George, closing words before we go?
No, thank you. Thank you all for being so supportive. I know this is taking a little longer than people had hoped, but change is difficult, and changing healthcare is important work. So we will keep at it.
Wonderful, George. Well, thank you so much for your time today.